Hello, glad to have you with me on the GAvel. I am Lanre Lasisi. As usual, our focus is on the National Assembly and the activities of federal lawmakers. What are the issues being tackled? How were the issues resolved? And what impact do these resolutions have on you? This week, lawmakers are on recess. Several activities still took place, however, as the 9th National Assembly took steps to lay the building blocks to enable it achieve its plans for the next 4 years. This week also allowed us to catch a glimpse of the direction the National Assembly will take when they resume. Now, the President of the Senate, Senator Ahmed Lawan, within the week, played host to the European Union Election Observer Mission in Nigeria. The EU delegation also visited the Speaker of the House of Representatives, Honorable Femi Gbajabiamila. What was the focus of both visits? Let's find out in our first report.
The European Election Observation Mission, led by the head of the EU delegation to Nigeria, Ambassador Ketil Carlson, was at the office of the President of the Senate to submit a copy of its report. Ambassador Carlson explained the importance of the visit.
There's a lot that can be learned, a lot that can be done. So I think that is the spirit with which we are here today, engaging in this dialogue with you. But Excellency, please count on the European Union to keep partnering with you, with the Senate, with the wider National Assembly in pursuit of development, of unity and prosperity for all Nigerians. That is our main mandate here, and it's with that spirit that we are here today.
Part of the report is the 30 recommendations of the observation mission for an improved electoral process in future, as explained by its press officer.
Of these 30 recommendations, the majority of them involve legal reform. Therefore, of course, we look to the National Assembly to be taking the initiative on having an inclusive debate, an inclusive conversation, and moving these recommendations forward.
Hannah Roberts further urged the National Assembly to ensure that early work commences on the amendment of the Electoral Act.
And what we see from other countries around the world is that it's critical that this starts early, because the closer to an election that it gets, the more heated the conversation gets, as there are stronger vested interests. And it takes time to have the debate, it takes time to do the research, to get agreement on the policies, and then time for implementation. So we hope very much that under your leadership and tenure, there will be initiatives taken to take early steps towards the reform that we feel it's important for the Nigerian people to have.
This is very important for us.
President of the Senate, Ahmed Lawan, in his response, promised early work on the Electoral Act Amendment Bill and called for support in capacity building from the EU for the 9th Assembly.
We were not able to address some of the issues that we should have addressed due to particularly the wrong timing we had when the electoral bill amendment was sought. But I am sure that this time around we'll try to start considering those issues that we feel require urgent legislative intervention.
He also canvassed for more support for the Independent National Electoral Commission.
And I want to take this opportunity to request that you extend more support to the legislature, particularly the National Assembly, so that our members, both senators and the members of the House of Representatives, are able to develop some capacity.
After meeting with the President of the Senate, the EU delegation also met with the leadership and some members of the House of Representatives, where the Speaker made a commitment.
We were able to see something of the ground reality and to be able to see the ways in which the election process was working smoothly and well, the improvements that were happening. But also, of course, it meant we saw some of the shortcomings and the problems that were arising during the process. We've returned this week to release our final conclusions on the electoral process, with our Chief Observer, Maria Arena, a member of the European Parliament, releasing the report on Saturday. We're very pleased to have the chance to bring it to yourselves, as critically in this report, there are 30 recommendations for reform in the future. We've really focused on the areas where we think there can be positive change to avoid some of the shortcomings that were seen in this election and make future election processes smoother in Nigeria?
Our partnership or collaboration with you when it comes to interparliamentary collaboration is also very important to us. We feed off of each other, and it's important that we continue to collaborate on the level of legislative work. We intend to introduce a lot of reforms in this 9th Assembly as well, and we will need collaboration from you. E-Parliament comes to mind readily, and we will be collaborating hopefully with you in reforming the House, our e-parliamentary system, and the rest of it. So once again, I want to, on behalf of the 9th Assembly, on behalf of my colleagues, thank you, commend you, and look forward to working with you even closer in future. You've reeled out these recommendations. We will tighten our electoral laws, but we will do it in consultation with you. We know what best suits us, and we also would want to know on the international best practices so that we can marry the two together, and at the end of the day we will birth at least in 4 years' time a more perfect electoral process.